Hello, shufflers, and welcome back to Cardistrytalk. This is episode 46, and in this episode, I am joined by Will, also known as Not.British on Instagram. He is an amazing cardist with a really nice flow, and I think you guys will really enjoy the talk that we've had. You can check him out on Instagram, but I think we're just ready to roll the intro and get into this really awesome interview. Just to start out with, we had an overwhelming amount of people asking about the username Not British, asking, "Are you not British? Are you really British?" So, what's the scoop when it comes to you and your nationality?
Okay. So before I begin on this very long and in-depth story, I would first like to state that I do not have anything against British people. A lot of people think I'm like really nationalist, and I just really don't like people from Britain, but I just really don't care. I made it when I was like in, I don't know, like 8th grade, and I was just looking for username, and I was like, hey, not British, I'm not. I mean, I'm from Texas, so I assure you, I'm not British. I'm not from the UK at all. No way. Yeah, that's basically it. It's purely ironic, and I just haven't changed it. If I put something else, it'd probably just be like Will MCNL. I don't know. But yeah.
Like when I posted to my Instagram story what people wanted to learn about, or hear about, a third of them, half of them were just that dumb question. So we got that out of the way to start out with. Um, And then I'm just curious to learn kind of how you got started in cardistry and kind of what was your beginnings when it comes to learning cardistry.
I've had a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people talk about like how they got into it because of a really cool move, or they saw a magician in person who was like shuffling or something. Me, I saw Shen Lim on TV, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, like magic and stuff. I looked up how to do magic, and I did not have the patience for it at all. I still don't. Like, I try to like learn DPS and stuff, can't do it. But like with normal like shuffling and stuff, I saw how to like do a bridge shuffle, and I like spent a week trying to do that in my aunt's basement, and that's what got me into it. And then after that, when I started like really showing an interest in like magic and cardistry and stuff, my really cool Spanish teacher, Miss Pancao, she got me a copy of the Encyclopedia of Playing Card Flourishes by David Siskowski, because she knew him some period in her life, and she got it signed and stuff, and it's awesome. And I love her for doing that. And that really like gave me the kick in the butt to get going and actually do cardistry.
Yeah, that's really cool to have like, um, I guess a adult figure kind of give you something, because that's something I've never heard of really, from other people in the community. Pretty much everybody gets exposed. I mean, obviously you get to expose through it through usually YouTube or online or whatnot, but like, having some other source kind of give you that boost you need to finish this or to start is pretty cool. Um, I think yeah, that's really cool. I really like that story. Um, when it comes to magic, do you said you try to still learn some. Do you ever feel like you incorporate magic into the cardistry you make? Huh.
Maybe it's helped me like if magic has done anything for my cardistry, it's helped me learn angles better and how to record things. Like just learning at which directions a move looks best from. Mainly that. That's the big thing. Other than that, not really. I mean, maybe just presentation, but that's really it. Like, they don't intertwine in my mind at all. I mean, like, if you're Scott Black and you're trying to hide stuff and use gimmicks and all this stuff, then that's really helpful. But, like,
And then just talking about creating stuff in general, this is a question I always like talk about on the podcast because it's something I find really interesting. And I think at the core, it's kind of why I started the podcast is looking at how we create, why we create. When it comes to creating moves, do you have any sort of process to try to get the creative juices flowing, or is it just kind of random every time?
it depends. When I make moves, I try to first of all, I try to have an idea and an opener, like an opening grip or something. Usually the opener comes after a while of just toying with it. Maybe like, sometimes I make a move in like 2 hours and it's like amazing and it's like, whoa, everything just clicked. And sometimes I take like a week to finish an opener. It's very hit or miss. When I do make one though, I create it linearly. I make it from front to back. I find a grip, I find a middle action, I find the closer. But there are some rules that I like imposing on myself that I feel like make my cuts more solid. Like, I remember Chase Duncan, one part of his philosophy that I really borrow from would be however many packets there are, that's how many beats there should be. So if it's a 4-packet move, it should have bump, 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 bump before it closes. It should have that much, like, rhythm, that many beats before it ends.
It's interesting the rules people impose. It's something that I don't really think about. I think I'm very free form, but there's people that I've talked to in the past, like Jason Cardistry, who has like very specific, like really in depth rules.
Jason is crazy, dude. He thinks so in depth about it, and his moves come out so polished because of it.
It's interesting to hear people's rules because that's one I don't think I've heard of. I'm sure if Chase said it, there's probably some validity to it.
It's definitely helped me out through a number of my moves, yeah. Like, it definitely helps me think of, like, when I want to end a move. Like, because I don't know if I want ending it too early, ending it too late, and I think of, like, I'll play a video of me performing it, and I'll think, okay, 1 beat, 2 beat, 3 beat, 4 beat. Ooh, 4-pack move, can't do 5 beats. No, I gotta close faster, you know, something like that.
And it is interesting, too, because, like, when you think about, like, any art, really, not just cardistry, I consider cardistry an art. I think most people in the community would. Is that even though like there's no specific way to go about doing it, there is like overarching like themes that seem to pop up when it comes to the good stuff. Obviously, you don't want something too choppy, or you don't want things not to have any rhythm to it. I think a common philosophy a lot of people get early on is kind of just like add a packet, even though that might not necessarily be the best way to go about doing things. And I know I fall into that trap a lot.
I have certainly done that many a time. I won't like if I'm stuck in a move, I'll think of how I can add another packet, split off another one, do something because it creates another interaction that I can use.
And I mean, you have the move that you did at the Fontaine Fever Dreams. I don't know if that's been named yet or if it had a name.
That move, that it's a 12 packet worm variation, and like, I mean, how many people have a worm variation with that many packets? It's fun. It's very fun. It was it first started from the idea of like, how big can I make my worm? Like nothing else. That was the core concept, core idea, nothing else. Just wondering how massive, how absurd can I make a worm, and it just spiraled on from there. Like that, I abuse that idea. That's the entire core concept of the move. Just add stuff. Right now, I'm trying to add more packets to it, just to have a newer variation of it.
With that move specifically, that is like the complete focus. And like, I feel like you've gone the farthest with it. Like, I can't think of any other 12 packet cut.
I mean, like I don't consider it a 12 packet move. I consider it a 12 packet display. I think like something like Leo's what is it, Mongoose, like that, like that's a 4-packet move. It's solid. It doesn't need anything more. That's a 4-packet move. As far as a display goes, I think that fits more into that category. It does. I know like a lot of old like XCM videos and stuff. They have these displays where they take like 40 seconds to get into it. Like I don't know, Jackson 5 and stuff. Like they take a while. It's a lot of cycling and stuff. While mine just kind of pops out. You know, like I think that brings it closer to the territory of move than display, but it's still kind of bridging the middle area right now. It's kind of in the gray area.
And there's almost like levels to it. Like there's 3 steps almost in what I remember at least, where it's like, here's some more. There's like a little bit of like flow to it as well because you have the constant expansion. So like you show off the 5, you show off the 10, and then you show off the 12. So there's also like steps to it.
It's just in the thumbs. My thumbs are holding like, or no. My left hand, literally every finger is in use. Like 2 of them are holding the base packet and a single card. My thumb and my pointer are holding 3 packets, and then my middle finger is squeezing out another packet. It's like I'm just using every piece of hand that I have to make it as big as possible, and I want to make it bigger. So yeah.
When it comes to you like creating moves, how often do you think you usually create a move and show it off as well?
I had a very long period after Cardistrycon 2019. I got back, and for maybe 6 or 7 months, I was just making move, like day after day after day after day. Now I look back and I like maybe a third of the moves that I made in that time period, and the rest I've trashed, I've forgotten, I don't care about. And of those third, I have remade most of them. I've reused their mechanics completely, and the ones I don't like are the ones that you can see on my profile. The rest are all saved. I'm trying to save as much as possible. But as far as saving goes for me, if I'm working on a move, you will see it if you're jamming with me. If you're in a video call with me, you'll see what I'm working on. But you won't see what I've already finished. That's kind of my philosophy because it just keeps me going, it keeps me fresh. I get new, I get different advice from different people, and nobody really ever sees everything, and that makes me a little happy.
When it comes to saving moves, are you specifically saving for like the trials or Cardistrycon or?
I have no idea. I want to do something eventually. I have like a bunch of video ideas and concepts going around my head and ways that I want to show stuff off. I think showing my moves off at Cardistrycon would be a dream, but I don't think I have enough content to make like to get into CCC or like finish Fontaine trials completely. So I mean, like I'll do whatever. I want to get my stuff out there, and I want it to be seen, and I want it to be in a format that I approve of, and hopefully have creative control of. So yeah. Wow, that sounds super greedy, but yeah, I just want my stuff to get out there.
How you like distribute your moves is obviously like in your hands and it's up to you. It's something I've like tried to think about a lot. Is how much do you show, how much don't you show when it comes to moves, and like when you show it too. I am like terrible at just showing a move as soon as I create it, so it doesn't always like look the best as soon as I show it. But I just am like excited to like show other people the thing I made.
I think you should be. I think being proud of the stuff you make is something that a lot of people would strive to do more of. Like, you just need to be really, you need to be content with what you make. I don't think you should do it to impress other people, even though that's kind of the goal. You need to be happy enough with your own stuff to be able to show it off.
And there's different types of people too. Like Greg, he'll like perfect a move, but he won't show other people's moves until he's like 100% like confident and like happy with it.
His performance has to be like flawless for him to be happy with it.
If someone else would say like that his move is ready to go and is good, he doesn't really take that in consideration. He's like, I'm still gonna finish this, or I still need to adjust it. It's just weird how like everybody thinks a little bit different about how they want to show or show their move or perform it, I guess.
The thing I do want to talk about is I noticed that in all of my time of like being majorly active on the Cardistry Discord and just trying to jam with as many people as possible and talk with people, I have people that I know super well now because I spend so many hours in front of the screen just talking, working on moves, talking, and it's just so fun, and I've gotten to know so many people really well. And I feel like the biggest steroid, the biggest improvement that you can give your own cardistry is just taking the time to talk to people about it. Like, I've seen people that have been doing cardistry for less than a year be so much better than people I know that have been doing it for like 4 years. Like, their improvement just way up there just from interacting with other people. Like, we bring them up to our level. That sounds terrible. We bring them up to a level that we're at because they jam with us. They reach that standard. They integrate our opinions, our ideas, our thoughts into their own style, and it's great to see that progress.
In a year, you can learn more than like I probably could have learned when I started in 2 or 3 years, probably.
I think definitely. I think it's almost overwhelming sometimes. Like, there's too much stuff. I just kind of have to, like, not watch any cardistry videos for a long time. Otherwise, my brain will just fry, and I won't be inspired at all.
It's really cool, the amount of resources and, like, the amount of videos for inspiration as well. I mean, now I feel like I've seen most stuff, but I'm sure there's, like, hidden things as well. But there is, like, a lot of content that you can get wrapped up in. And then, have you found from your experience working with other people in these kind of jams and online stuff that you've grown as a cardist as well?
Yes, definitely. I feel like I've improved so much. I wouldn't be nowhere near where I'm at now if I didn't. I think I could stand to not taking more advice. I think I could stand to, like, be more inspired. I don't know. I feel like I could abuse what I have more. I have this awesome outlet. I have these awesome people that I talk to all the time, but I don't feel like I use it enough. I don't know. Or at least not for cardistry. Sometimes we just talk about stupid stuff for like 3 hours, and that's it. But I feel like I could be doing that to improve more or work on moves and stuff, but I don't. I feel like it's an awesome, untapped avenue that I don't have. Or that I don't use, I should say. I do have it. It's right there. I can open it right now, but yeah.
And then how has things been going? I know you are on Cardistry Gang a lot. I think you administrated a little bit. Am I correct in that?
I'm an admin, or like I'm a moderator. I don't even know what I am really. Sam made me an admin on Cardistry Gang, like a really long time ago, so I could like it was so I can make a roll while he wasn't on his computer. He was like on his phone. He was like, "Will, make this roll for me. I'll make you admin real quick." And he just never took it away. That was it. I mean, like, I don't do anything. I just kind of chill there. Like, yeah. You know, the trim roll and stuff and all there and all that joking and stuff. Like, there's a few rolls that I've given to people for absolutely no reason, and that's all me. Like, there's a Beckett roll that I gave Beckett. There's a Trin roll I gave Trin. Stuff like that. Stupid, no reason, and I just do it randomly.
So you're just there to keep things fun. And then what was it like going to the Fontaine store for Fever Dreams?
It was amazing. Like, it was a completely spontaneous trip. I didn't expect to take it at all. Like, we bought the tickets maybe like 2.5 weeks before we went. It was awesome. It was super spontaneous. I was like, "Hey mom, can we go to LA?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What?" Like, I didn't expect that at all. And it was probably one of the best trips of my life. I met so many people that I've talked to a ton online. Like, let's see, Adam, Noah, Trin, Sky, kinda. Steve Randall, he's an awesome guy. He let me stay at his place, and he's just the sweetest guy. He's 74 and he does cardistry. He's amazing. Or he doesn't do it as much as he should. He should practice more. But he's like super into it. He's able to talk like comprehensively on all these awesome subjects, and he's just the sweetest guy. Like shout out him. He's awesome. And like just a bunch of friends that I haven't like met in person before now. Some of them I've met like at Cardistrycon and stuff. Like I talked to Kyle at Cardistrycon once, and I had no idea who he was. And like I talked to him more this time. Carter, he was super chill. James was super chill. And all these great people, really. And yeah, it was definitely like the best time of my year. Like this is the highlight of my year. Because I didn't get to go to Cardistrycon this year. It's all canceled because of Corona and stuff. And last year too. So like this was it for me.
Have you like done in real life jams before this, or?
Yeah, I have. One of my first jamming experience was in Texas with a few other people. Nigel, Adam, not California Adam, different Adam, and a few other people. We met up in like downtown Austin, and it was mind blowing, dude. I've described this to a few other people before, but the feeling of looking at someone else doing cardistry and moving cards in that weird way is the trippiest thing ever. Like, it looks so alien and so wrong to see someone else's hands doing that. It's absolutely insane. Like, that first time, it's crazy. And, like, since then, I've gone to Cardistrycon. I've had a few jams in Texas. I've hung out with Dylan a lot in North Texas and Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's pretty much it.
Great. I'm like, there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, most of the people I talk to on the podcast have done, like, in real life jams. But I have also interacted with a lot of new people that have coming. A lot of new people in the community end up seeing my stuff. But I've also talked with like a lot of new people that haven't been able to do in real life jams, or have been doing it for 2 or 3 years and haven't met anybody in the cardistry community in person. And like, it's a little depressing.
It's the experience of a lifetime, dude. Like, I highly encourage it. If you haven't went out and jammed with anybody, you should. It's crazy.
I would just say try to like interact with the online community as much as you can, but also like try to find the people that are close to you, even if it's like 2 or 3 hour drives.
Yeah, definitely. It's worth the drive. It's worth the drive, definitely. Like, go do it.
Someone asked, I am Troy asked, if you never picked up a deck of cards in your life again, what do you think you'd be doing?
I'd probably be doing something that actually gets me an income. I'd probably be like some CEO or executive that's like making bank instead of wasting all my time moving paper around.
You'd be moving a different type of paper around.
But yeah, I'd be doing something successful instead of this.
Steven Randa 11 wanted to know.
That's him. That's Steven. Oh, he's the
guy. He asked, do you discuss the creation of the infamous turntable move? Is the first question he had.
Oh my god, that was the first post I have, and like it got like 1,000 likes, and I was like so like blown out of the water. I didn't know what to do. It wasn't like international fame or anything, but it was still pretty mind blowing for me when I had like, I don't know, 200 followers, and like I was like very unknown. Nobody knew me, and like that's like the one thing people knew me for a very long time. And it was I don't know. I had a turntable, I had a deck of cards, and I was like, yo, this spins, it does something, integration moment, and then I just kind of put my hand over it and did a fan. That was it. Story. I mean, there wasn't really much thought that went in depth on it. I kind of made it the same day I recorded it. I probably could make like way more turntable concepts if I put my brain to it, but I'm just way too lazy. Yeah, it was pretty cut and dry. I mean, I got a deck of orbits. There you go. Yeah.
I think it's really fun when you integrate other things outside of your hands. And
Definitely. It's such an untapped well. Like, there's so many concepts people could do with integration, they just don't.
if you were going to, Negative Kelvin asked, if you were going to burn a deck of cards, what would it be?
If I was going to burn one, okay, if I was going to, like, set flame to one right now, they would 100% be... I didn't even look at what deck this was. I don't know. Probably, like... I really, really, really don't like the CC 2019 Tally-Ho deck. The one with all the peons and stuff. It looks terrible. It handles fine. It's like bicycles, but like you open them, you see them in your hands, and you just want to barf. They're... I don't know who approved those, but the color palette just does not work, man. The design's fine, but the colors, nah.
It's kind of sad when like the people that make the playing cards that you use design something specifically for Cardistrycon, and then it's not good. Like nobody wants it at all.
As soon as I got to Cardistrycon and I was there and I didn't see a single person use them. Everyone just left it sealed. Nobody used them.
Fire KTX just said cards ? That's not really a question, but I'll add a little bit to it. What are some of your favorite cards at the moment, or favorite decks at the moment?
Favorite decks at the moment, I think this is really controversial because I know people that love them and I know people that hate them, but of the new Fever Dreams, I think Raves and CGIs look amazing and characters look great on camera. Those are like the ones that have really caught my eye right now. I'm just banking on getting some characters from the online drop because I didn't get any in store. Let's see, those I'm really digging thermals. Those are still really resonating with me right now. Original Headlong into Eternities, those two. What else? Yeah, that's really it. Just those three, Fever Dreams, Headlong into Eternities, and Thermals. Those are really it. Missing decks are coming out, great. I'm waiting on my collages since I won that giveaway. Yes.
And then just while we're on the topic of playing cards, we kind of hit, ones that you hate, ones that you really love. Is there any deck that you think's really underrated?
I think Thermals, off the top of my head, and the CGIs, those are, yeah. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention them. Hollow Fontaines, holographic print Fontaines. Amazing. They look great, but they're so soft. It's like a baby's bottom. It's so soft, man. It's great. If you don't own them, just hold them. You'll be immediately sold. Out of the box, they handle great. Underrated deck. So, yeah, CGI Fontaines. They're really weird. They're extremely weird. But as soon as I saw James Chesmore handle them, I was sold. They're just, yeah. More underrated, Virginia Slims. They are great. You can probably pick them up for $3-4 on eBay. You take them out of the box. They're the weirdest vintage cards ever, but they're super nice. I highly recommend them.
Mm-hmm. I'll definitely check that out. I've always been interested in those because I'm always looking for things that feel unique, like vodkas.
Yeah. They feel terrible out of box, but when you poop them and you use them a ton, they're great. So I know the creative process is probably something that's talked on a lot in Cardistry Talk. I'm gonna add my own 2 cents to that. I think you have to find the fine line between integrating rules, really harsh rules and regulations to your own moves, and allowing yourself to be freeform. I see a lot of people that conform to their own rules so much that they just can't progress, and they have to their moves come out super robotic, almost no invention in them and stuff. And then I see people that just do freeform stuff, and their rules have no organization. It's or their moves have no organization. They come out super sloppy, super unrefined, super unclean, and just dirty, man. Yeah. So I think you really need to just find healthy middle ground. You need to find a few rules that you really jive with. Me is that chase rule, and probably don't drop your cards. I don't know. I don't dabble in aerials, so that's not a big deal for me. Yeah, don't drop your cards. as many packets as there are beats. Uh, Try to keep a theme throughout your move. Very vague stuff, you know, like just the general, like make it look good, have a moment, and have an angle, stuff like yeah. That's something I'd heavily recommend. Have an angle for your move. Like have a when you're making the move, think of how it's going to be filmed. Like that's the biggest thing. Like imagine there's a dude with a camera, Kyle Tran's right in your face recording you, like right there. Like just picture that, and it'll help you think of how the move will pan out a lot better. Like it's definitely a boon.
You know, a lot of people always want a packet to have a purpose.
Like dead packets? Oh yeah, I have a few thoughts on that. So dead packets, I think they have their uses. Like I see moves that revolve around a dead packet and have packets moving around it and stuff. Or like as far as a dead packet goes, a base packet. I don't think you should have dead packets if it's not the base packet, because like moves like Sybil work very well with a dead packet. The base packet is the dead packet. But like if you're having a dead packet that's somewhere else in the move and just remains there and lingers there, it's just not worth it. Just do something with that, because you have authority over it. You have autonomy over this packet that you can't move because it's not the base one that's in your hand.
Yeah, I think when you have it like you said, when you have a base one, like the other cards are kind of like you said revolving around that base one. Whereas if you have like a dead packet, I don't. This isn't a great visual, but like in the outskirts, it doesn't feel as right as if like there's a dead packet that the cards are kind of centralizing around. What I like to do at the end of the show is what I call roll out the close-up pad, and that's just my way of saying, is there is there any last thing that you would like to promote, or any last nugget you would like to leave the audience with?
I don't really have anything I would like to promote. Aside from my own account, go follow Not.British on Instagram. I don't know. That's my main. I mean, this is where I post all my moves and stuff, and where I put myself as the most professional, even though I'm not very professional. There's that. I would really like to say that a lot of my friends are really cool and that they're pretty rad. Simon, I'm looking at you. I was talking with him, and I said I would shout him out on this. So yeah, Simon. Not going to tell you his ad, just that Simon's a cool dude. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, lingering notes, I would say just relax. It's not a big deal. You're shuffling cards. I mean, the hobby isn't that impressive. I think that's a core thing, and a lot of people get an ego over cardistry, and they just need to not British. But they just need to relax. I mean, you're shuffling cards. It's not that impressive of a hobby. You're not weightlifting. You're not MMA fighting. You're moving pieces of paper around, and I think you need to just chill out and do that the coolest way you can.
There you go. Good advice there. Like always, I'll have links to Will's stuff in the description if you want to check him out. If for whatever reason you know me and not him, definitely feel free to do so. I would recommend it. Will, thank you for being on the show. I hope everybody learned a bit, had a little bit of fun. I know I had fun. I can't talk. But we will see you guys later.